Hello, dear followers, and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Settle in, because every juicy detail lives right here in this video. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed and tap that like button so you never miss the latest twists in the lives of your favorite stars. Today's story swept through the industry like a sudden gust off the Bosphorus, tilting headlines and timelines alike. It's the kind of decision that turns murmurs into a roar, because it comes from a beloved name whose career choices usually set the tone for the season. Huzzal Kaya has quietly, deliberately, and with full awareness of the weight of it, pressed pause on the most anticipated series of her slate to focus on her private life. In an era where momentum is everything and the next role is a heartbeat away, she chose stillness. And the reason, whispered first and then confirmed in a soft, carefully worded note, is as romantic as it is resolute. She and longtime partner Çağatay are preparing to marry. No publicity stunt, no gimmick, no convenient launch day tie-in. Just a real step toward a life they've been building far from noise. From the first moment word slipped out, talk of wedding preparations gathered speed. Friends say Hazal lights up every room right now, her energy a blend of calm and thrilled, as she toggles between fittings and phone calls, between a table full of fabric swatches and a calendar full of decisions. Choosing a gown, finalizing the guest list, searching for a venue that feels like theirs, nothing perfunctory, everything meaningful. Those closest to her insist they have never seen her glow like this, as if every minute is a note she wants to hold just a little longer. She didn't make it mysterious either. In a recent message she wrote with her own hand and released without fuss, Hazal admitted the choice wasn't easy. She loves acting, cherishes the discipline and the rush and the community of it. But sometimes, she explained, life puts a moment in your path that deserves your whole heart. That single phrase told the entire story. She is choosing love, not at the expense of her craft, but as the foundation that will steady it for years to come. This didn't come out of nowhere. For months, the bond between Huzzal Kaya and Çağatay has been one of the internet's favorite touchstones. Their rare shared photos feel effortless and unforced, little windows into real life rather than curated fairy tales. A quiet breakfast with mismatched mugs. A behind-the-scenes snap from a set visit. A weekend by the water with no captions at all. Each post ignites a wave of comments celebrating their chemistry, their laughter, the way they lean toward each other without thinking. Fans aren't just watching, they're rooting. They haven't revealed a date, and they don't intend to until the very last possible moment. Yet sources close to the couple say the big day is not a distant dream but a quickly approaching reality. In the absence of a calendar announcement, speculation blossoms. Will the vows be traded under a soft Istanbul sunset, ships slipping by on the strait as the city listens? Will they steal away to the Aegean, where olive trees stand guard and the wind tells secrets? Could it be a hidden garden beyond stone walls, only discovered by those invited to pass through? Fashion houses are already buzzing. Designers whisper about sketches with clean lines and a touch of old-world romance, about silk that moves like water and lace that reads modern rather than precious. Rumors insist that the gown will reflect Hazal's signature blend of strength and softness, confident but never loud, with a veil that nods to tradition while remaining unmistakably her. The shoes, the hair, the jewelry, tiny choices carrying the weight of memory. There is even talk of a family heirloom making its way into her look, something worn for love rather than photographed for show. The guest list, they say, is a dance of its own. The couple favors intimacy and intends to keep it that way. Families first, the people who knew them before first editions and magazine covers. Then the close circle of castmates and directors who became friends over years of night shoots and inside jokes and shared meals on cold sets. Every name chosen with gratitude, every seat a promise to someone who stood by them when everything was uncertain and everything was moving fast. And of course, the work. The postponed series isn't vanishing, it's simply waiting in its lane, ready to start the second she does. Hazal's team has assured producers and fans alike that the cameras will roll after the ceremony. Industry insiders insist this brief intermission will not dilute her momentum but deepen it. There's talk of scripts she's been quietly reading, of conversations with directors who want whatever this moment is instilling in her, clarity, peace, hunger, to infuse the next performance. The break, if you can even call it that, sounds less like absence and more like a breath taken before a soaring note. In the meantime, every small update becomes a headline. A stylist seen leaving a certain atelier. A florist whose van appears at a private gate more than once. A sound engineer who suddenly clears a weekend. None of it confirms anything, but together it forms a mosaic that feels like a countdown. Fans speak about the couple as if they are family, patient but restless, dreaming up playlists and menus on their behalf, arguing joyfully about cake flavors and first dance songs. To understand how they arrived here, you have to picture the quiet moments no camera recorded. A late night after a long day, a home that looks like warmth. Hazal, cross-legged on the floor, sifting through scripts and mood boards. Çağatay, steady, listening, the kind of presence that clears noise just by being. They talk about time, about what matters most and when. They talk not just about a day, but about a future. That is how the decision takes shape, not as a sacrifice, but as a choice made with both hands, together. When the announcement came, it was careful, unadorned, and almost old-fashioned. No dramatic teaser, no countdown clock, no overselling. Just gratitude to the team and the audience, a promise that the story will continue, and a gentle explanation that life, every once in a while, deserves a pause button. Turkish Spotlight Secrets shared the note with respect for its tone, choosing not to shout what was written as a whisper. The message landed precisely because it sounded like them. Reactions poured in. Directors praised her courage to set the pace of her own life. Co-stars shared fond memories from sets and sent love without asking prying questions. Stylists and makeup artists cheered for the glow they had noticed long before anyone else. Fans across platforms created tributes, clips stitched together into a timeline of growth, laughter, tenderness. The trending topics felt different this time, less gossip and more gratitude, less prying and more pride. Behind the scenes, it's all about logistics. Venue scouts carry maps marked with circles and stars. Coordinators draft plans A, B, and C in case the sky decides to join the story with rain. Security teams are briefed not to be stern, but to be invisible, to preserve a kind of magic that only happens when people feel safe enough to be candid. Vendors sign agreements promising discretion first and artistry second. The tone is clear, this will be beautiful, but above all it will be theirs. Food will speak a language of memory. Think dishes that feel like home, local flavors elevated without pretension, recipes with stories tucked inside them. If the sea is near, the menu may mirror it, bright and clean. If a garden hosts them, green will find its way to every plate. There may be a nod to the places they love, subtle and affectionate, so that the meal becomes a map of the life they've shared. Music will matter as much as vows. The plan, say those with insight, is for a sound that swells and then settles, a first dance that reads like a conversation rather than a performance. Maybe a beloved song played softer than usual, stripped back to voice and strings. Maybe a friend at the mic. Maybe nothing rehearsed at all, just a nod and a laugh and an embrace that keeps time. The rings, too, will have a story. Something enduring, a design that favors meaning above trend, perhaps engraved with a date only they will understand until they are ready to share it. They are writing vows in small snatches of time, without drama, with specificity. A memory referenced by the way a sentence turns. A promise that fits the contours of their particular life. They are not interested in the performance of authenticity, they want the real thing. How much of it will the world see? Enough to honor the love people have for them, not so much that the day becomes a stage. The plan is to invite a single photographer whose eye they trust, and to release official photos that feel like lingering glances rather than press shots. The album will be theirs to curate. The rest of it, the laughter in between, the tears no one expected, the look that passes from one to the other when everyone else is looking away, will stay private, as it should. Hazal's choice now reads less like a headline and more like a thesis. She is not stepping back from ambition, she is stepping toward the life that will hold it. Those who know her best insist she will return to set with something sharpened and something softened, a combination that great performances are made of. The cameras will find a woman who knows exactly why she is there, and an artist who knows exactly when to leave to make room for living. And for Çağatay, whose public image has always leaned toward measured and thoughtful, this moment feels like a confirmation. He is not trying to be the story. He is standing beside the story, holding it steady. Friends say he has been the quiet architect of ease throughout the planning, the person everyone turns to when a small dilemma swells into a bigger one. His calm is not absence, it is presence distilled. So we wait, all of us, the way a city waits for spring. With curiosity, with patience, with the understanding that what comes next will be worth the hush that precedes it. Every rumor is a thread, every sighting another stitch, and soon a tapestry will show itself. Until then, we will take our cues from them, understated, sincere, focused on what matters. Huzzal Kaya's professional triumphs and personal joy continue to make her one of the most admired figures in entertainment. She has learned to hold ambition in one hand and affection in the other without dropping either. Together with Çağatay Ulusoy, she is writing a chapter that blends grace and grit, planning and serendipity, craft and care. Whatever set she steps onto next will be better for the love that carried her there. That is all for now from Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for caring about stories told with heart. Remember to subscribe, hit like, and share this video with those who follow this couple as closely as you do. We will be here with every verified update, bringing you closer without crossing the line. Until the next video, take good care of yourselves, and know that your support means more than you can imagine.